Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the PMA Coaches Analysis. We're going to be checking out the matches from the Black Bears versus the Snow Leopards, Season 2, Episode 5, and going through our thoughts on those matches. It's been a couple days since it, so some of our direct recollection of what happened that night is going to be foggy. And but we're still gonna give some really good analysis and some really good point of views into that. The main thing I do remember from that night is even though our special guest, Mr. Ordaz, came in a little bit late, I would still go back and check out what he was saying during the matches and what he was saying after the matches when I was kind of asking him some questions. He has a lot of really good ways of putting things. That it's the same thing we're working in class, same thing I tell y'all, but it's a different way to hear it. So I definitely would recommend going and checking out his commentary.
Yeah, I can't remember what he was saying about his version of wording it.
The loading position.
Yeah, loading position.
I thought that was cool. I really liked the phrase. Yeah, the way you worded that, and doing like the loading positions. With that being said, we're going to jump into the matches. And next after that. Oh, hold on. Share screen. There it is. Boom. All right. So, the matches were a little bit out of order because we had somebody who needed to leave pretty quickly, but we're going to analyze them in the same way. So we're going to start with Liam versus Kinsey. Now, Kinsey comes into this with a pretty big lead.
What was the score?
7-14.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Liam, we know him as a defensive fighter.
Right.
For the most, that's where he's most comfortable and that's where he's at his best. But because of the schedule change, I can definitely throw people off because normally he'd go in 0-0.
Right.
And then he could use the first match to maybe get a point advantage by playing his defensive game.
Right.
Right.
Now he's coming in as having a deficit.
So. Now he's coming in having a deficit as the second spar. So he's got to be the one to, try to pull the team back a little bit. And so he really never gets to comfortably play his game.
Right.
And so, it just kind of stresses the importance of, being able to play both sides. You could definitely, have a preferred side of offense defense, but you have to have tricks for both sides.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to jump into it. Here we go. Great early start.
Yep.
Strike to the legs. If you go back and watch all the episodes of TSSL, one of the compliments that we do get is that our students use their footwork a lot, and it's mainly because these two plus Spencer, use that ring a lot. Yep. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds. This is one thing, Liam, I want you to kind of think about. This is what we call pressured, and so if you watch, Liam just kind of ducks down and has his stick out. He's not striking. He's not blocking. It's just kind of putting it out there.
That was one of my notes here is that if you watch this, really most of Kinsey Liam's matches, Liam rarely goes to Kinsey's side of the ring. If you watch this match, I don't think he ever goes past that center line. He never really puts pressure on Kinsey. So that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah, and so now he has to absorb all the pressure. Sometimes he does it well, and gets the point, and then other times like that, whenever they just kind of come at you.
Right.
You resort to this natural thing of someone's coming at me. So you kind of put your hands out, and it's not a strike, it's not a block, it's just sticking your hands out.
Right.
And we got to kind of work on that. Continuing, Kinsey crosses sides and
see how he's getting close to out of the bounds part.
And his weapon, both your weapons are kind of behind you right now. And this is where Kinsey, I like how you switched your guards to like you switched your starting position, but you need to be able to strike from there because you're starting to like pull the stick back.
Yeah.
Right. Before it was behind you and you would strike. So like it was slower, but now you're adding an extra step of pulling it back than striking. You're more defensive, which is good, but you got to think about punching. Whenever I go strike with my stick, I punch and then extend.
Now, am I seeing Liam switch his hands a lot?
Yeah.
Weapon to weapon?
You know, it doesn't work enough, I think, but like Liam has a really nasty hand switch. And I love when he does it. He does it very well, and it's very disguised. And if he could do it maybe a little bit more offensively as opposed to defensively, it will work more.
Yep.
Yeah, he absolutely does switch his hands, and it's really, really cool. Like
I saw it there like maybe 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
he just went from here to here and then struck, and then yeah.
Typically you want to use that as like an offensive thing,
right?
Because if I'm doing it defensively, then I'm behind on the play. Because like some people do aim for the hand, I never do though. Like I don't think aiming for the hand is good. If you hit the hand, that's great. But
I mean, if it's out there, I might swing at it as a distraction to get them to pull it back, and then I'll go for something else. But I'm not gonna go for the hand intently just to get a point off the hand or 2 points off the hand.
I'll stick my hand out there so you swing at it.
Ah, okay.
And then I basically just evade and count.
So you're baiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I personally like if I'm gonna go like if it's out there and I can just smack it like safely, that's one thing. Right. But I don't ever go for the hand offensively because it's so easy to move and then make my strike completely miss. So I'm always going for a more solid hit. And that's where it's like so I would use my switching hands offensively to kind of offset the timing of my strike.
Okay.
Right? To get them to like do their defense early.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Kind of, like I said, I've seen you do that a couple of times when we spar.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like sticking it out there, I'm gonna go for it.
Oh yeah.
But then you've already got a plan. I'm thinking, okay, he's leaving it out there, but in your mind, come on, come get it, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I fall for it every time.
Every time. It's awesome.
So you see he's still on his side of the ring. Yeah, Kenzie's the one putting all the pressure on Liam. I would like to see Liam be more offensive or be more aggressive offensively. Put pressure on Kenzie, and maybe that'll make her get fluttered, you know. And
so that was match number 1. It ended with 10-22, so a 12-point deficit for the Snow Leopards. Going into their second match, I know the Black Bears got a lead and just held the lead like the whole time.
Yeah, they never got behind.
Going in was it's 25-37. So actually, another 12-point lead. So exactly where just kind of pick it up where he left off. Which that says a lot for the other people, at least going even on his team. So again, just kind of a lot of the same. You got this kind of lean back strike. If you're leaning back, you're kind of taking, length away from your strike. Like you got to remember, both of y'all need to remember, like you could be so far away and still hit them. If you just like lunge and lean, and so you don't have to get that close to be able to like land a good hit. Yeah. So I love this.
He's still on his side of the ring. He's kind of waiting. He will go in and attack, but it's I don't know how to word it. Kenzie's.
See, that was a good strike from Kenzie. Yeah. Like that one right there was pretty good. Like you're changing up how you're standing, you're changing up how your weapon is, but for the most part, your strikes are staying the same.
Right.
That strike was where you actually kind of came at it a little bit differently, and it looked a lot nicer. But see how that stick wants to come back. Like if she had committed, that stick wants to come back. You can't let that stick get behind you. You got to kind of punch. punch it out. Don't bring it back and then swing it. Punch the stick out and extend.
And he's out of bounds right now. I would like him to use the ring more. Mackenzie's using the ring a lot, the whole ring.
Kenzie doesn't even need to go in here, honestly. Yeah. She can just sit back.
Yep. But Liam, he stays between this point and that point, the middle of each sides of the board. And it's,
just so you know, they can't see where you point it. So you could explain it.
I just know. I figured that out. Yeah, I remember that. So it's
and that weapon's behind you, Liam. You're striking from behind you now.
Yep. He forgets to. Well, this will be the perfect opportunity when he switches stances to switch his hands.
I didn't see this. Watch you and Miss Nat. You didn't see Master Baltic. Get away from me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's like, get back over there.
Get away from me.
That's exactly what she said, too. She's like, go back over there.
That was really funny. So great matches from you guys. I know, Liam had some momentum gaining in that second match. We didn't really talk about it. And then whenever he dropped the weapon, that's where you started losing your momentum. Had the comeback going, drop your weapon, that set you back another point or two. So all the ground you had is now lost.
Right.
So you got to hold on to that weapon. That's 2-3 matches in a row now.
That was what, a 3-point swing?
Something like that, yeah.
Because I think Kenzie got 2 points off of that, and then he dropped the weapon. So yeah.
And he had gotten 3 consecutive points before that.
Yep.
And so
and that kind of the momentum stopped.
The momentum stops, and then it's disheartening. All the ground I just got in the past 20 seconds is gone now.
Yep.
That could be disheartening. My last comments for these matches is Kenzie, I like how you're switching it up a little bit, but your strikes are still really big. All right. If we could, make our strikes more straight line A to B, that's gonna, make you even faster and even better. But utilizing the ring and switching up your stances is definitely really good. Liam, your defense is really good. You didn't really have a chance to really work it. But that's why we have to work our offense. And you got some really awesome trick plays that I think would work better on offense than they do on defense.
Yep.
But it's, you got to commit, right? If you're going to, you got to go in, but when you go in, you've got to commit to it. You got to step bigger, and you got to lean in more, and you got to go for it and be confident that you're going to hit it.
Most definitely. One thing with Kenzie, I know when the judges say go, your mind says to go in and get points. When you have a good lead, make the pressure on them, make them come to you, sit back, and then maybe get your points that way.
Oh yeah.
With Liam, put more pressure. You're letting Kenzie come over there and dictate what you're doing on your side of the ring. So maybe try to be more aggressive on offense and try to go in and get those points first. Don't let her come to you.
To kind of piggyback on that for Kenzie is, in the first match, well, you had a lead in both of them, but normally it's 0-0, and that's where you want to go in and play your game. But his best game is defense, and your best game is offense, and now you're kind of going for a skill matchup. Mm-hmm. Whereas, if you can kind of force him into coming at you, use your footwork, which you're good at, and then go in, can create more opportunities to score. Because maybe if he didn't kind of drop that weapon, maybe that comeback gets a little bit stronger. So, awesome. Going back, we're going to go through Ranvi and Rashawn. Now, Ranvi and Rashawn got the 0-0 match. They got to start it out for us. And here we go. I want to see. Oh, I just watched this open exchange again. What did you see happen here? We can't really see. Mr. Lewis kind of gets in the way a little bit, but you and Mr. Lewis both give it to Rashawn, and
what I saw Rashawn's hit. Rashawn's strike hit first.
See, it's just really
slightly first.
It's really funny because you're the only one I think that has the angle to see both strikes, right? Or at least where they land, right? And and you're only supposed to call what you actually see, the ending point of the strike, right?
Right.
Whereas Rashawn's Rambi's body is away from Mr. Lewis, so he really shouldn't be able to see Rashawn's strike.
Right.
And then Rashawn's body is away from Senior Master Bolduc, so she shouldn't be able to see his strike.
So
but
I'm at an angle where I can see both.
Yeah, but they went the opposite way of like what you would think they would go. I just remember seeing that and thinking that was really weird. But it is what it is.
Now I do notice in this match for Rashawn, I've noticed a lot of striking in the same area.
Well, they both do that.
Yeah, well, Ronvi does too. But Ronvi, as we said last week, use your advantage with your height and your length. You've got longer arms.
There's your length right there, and you get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, use that to your advantage.
Yeah, so both of you, when you go in, like this same trade that we're about to see right here, this right here, if we went back and counted this, did this match, we would count that exact same trade between you two, like as a majority of y'all's exchanges, right? Rambi swings to the body of Rashawn on this side, Rashawn swings to the body of Rambi on the other side. That is what I call a 50-50 swing, right? And y'all are just doing it, and it's just whoever happens to be the judges see as being a nanosecond faster or whatever is the one who gets the point, right? And so I
think if Rashawn had got followed up, I think it'd been unanimous with the judges.
Well, he's getting the point, so it's but that's not what I'm trying to say. Is it's not about follow up. It's like both of them is like, okay, y'all just walking up to each other and hitting each other,
right?
And so you're taking all the skill out of it. Like there's nothing about skill here. It's strictly about what the judges happen to see in that moment. And that's why you get so many split decisions because, this time I saw her. This time I saw him. Right. Like you got to get out of these 50-50 trades. And that's where, block and counter, evade and counter, your footwork comes into play and mixing up the match and stop doing just the same thing. Like if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it doesn't work, what's that the definition of? Insanity, right? Not calling you guys insane. I'm just saying both of y'all are taking this as like a 50-50 trade where you should not be taking this as a 50-50 trade. You should be calculating more. Don't just walk in and swing.
That was one of my notes where a lot of the trades are in this blue section, not blue section, brown section in the middle where they start off, they walk in each other and straight trade strikes and then walk back. It's back and forth.
It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That's yeah.
Like if we're looking at it, that's checkers compared to chess.
Right.
You should be playing chess, but you go in with checker pieces.
Right.
It's just not going to work out for you. Especially with Rashawn, you're going into a black belt division at tournament coming up. Like you've got to play the game a little bit more. Obviously, it's working for you now, so I wouldn't necessarily stop. But look at that. Both y'all just swing at each other. Rashawn gets it.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the middle.
Both of y'all swing at each other. Ramvi gets it.
Yeah.
Whoop. Both of y'all swing at each other. Ramvi gets it. Right? You see, and this is like neither one of y'all are doing footwork. Neither one of y'all are really, y'all just going and hitting each other. And right now it's working out for Ramvi, which is good.
Right.
It was working out for Rashawn early, and another 50-50 trade. Rashawn gets it.
Yep.
So y'all are just walking in. It's like we say go, and you want to go hit each other. That's not how you need to be doing this. You've got to, this is where you're bouncing. Your footwork, plan, and strategy comes in. Is don't just walk up and start hitting each other. All right? Because these could easily be going Ramvi's way. They could easily be going Rashawn's way. And, it is what it is. So it really just depends on the judges. And as a judge, I hate seeing this because, none of these points feel good to give.
Yeah, no, they really don't. But it's. And just to make another note, where are they striking and getting all their points?
Right there
in the middle of in the ring. They're not really swaying into the black part of the squares. They're not, adjusting themselves to the ring and moving around. They're just.
Ramvi changes something to at least change the direction of her strike there.
Right.
But here's the thing, guys. You watch this, and you've had 20 exchanges where your opponent has done the same thing 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to notice that and then and expect it almost. Okay, I know he's going to step in and swing this way. So have your block ready, have your evade ready, have your counter ready. Like it's
it's like with you. I know you love going after your leg, people's legs. So I'm conscious about that when we spar. About okay, I think he's gonna come after my legs, but then I get too involved in concentrating on my legs that I forget about the rest of my body, and that's you start swinging, and you get points on my head or my hand or my chest.
And this is just where it's like if you know what they're gonna do, you can easily beat them. Right? For that example, I know Mr. Hyatt's looking for my leg shots. So you know what I never throw is the leg shot until I get you to stop thinking about it. Then I go back to the legs, and that's just like if you know what they're gonna do,
you're playing the game.
You can easily beat them. Like when I say easily beat, you can easily beat them. And neither one of y'all have changed up what you're doing, so you know what the other person's gonna do.
Yep.
So that was the match. There wasn't much parity in it.
No, there was
just it was the same kind of strikes, over and over again. Both y'all kind of need to work on noticing that and then doing something different. So here's your second match, and we're gonna see. So 1. That's the same exchange from the last match, done one time in this one. Let's see. 2. Same exact exchange. Romby, you might be a little bit tired, so you're getting a little bit slower. 3.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, that's just you can always almost predict it.
4.
Yep.
Still cracks me up. You're starting in the middle of the ring. 5. There's more follow-up that time from Romby, which is good because she got the point from it, but it started out the same. I'll give you, Romby switched up her strike there. Didn't switch up kind of what's happening, but at least switched up her strike there. So I'll give you that. It's one different exchange.
Right. Out of 5 straight.
So out of 6 so far, back to it.
Yep.
6 or 6. So 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. 6.
There we go. That's a different exchange. I mean, you didn't get the point. It's still 50-50, but it's at least a different weapon swing. So
right.
6 out of 8.
Now they're actually moving around the ring a little bit, but it's
still
the
majority.
And
I think that's more of them getting tired of walking at each other the whole time than anything else. It's the same strikes.
I don't even think I've seen Romby use her blocking hand, but it's back here.
And
if you look at it,
neither one of them are bouncing. Neither one of them are using their footwork. They're just walking around the ring.
See, look at her hand,
and then that makes them slow.
Yep.
Boop boop, and that's where 50-50 trades. If either one of them was using their footwork, this wouldn't be a 50-50 trade.
No, it would
because you'd be that little bit faster. And
more
so
explosive,
now, and more explosive. And so now you'd be solidly getting the point as opposed to happen to getting the point.
So now they're back to doing the typical exchange.
Yeah. So y'all got to mix it up. You got to get out of these 50-50 trades. You got to notice when that you're doing the same thing, and you got to notice your partner doing the same thing. That's how you elevate your game, right? Stop doing the same thing. Work on something else and bring that to the table. We could talk about Romby. You're taller here. You can use your height. Rashawn, you're the black belt. You've got more experience. You should be bringing that to the table, but we're not seeing it in this match right now. We just saw the same thing for 4 minutes.
Right.
So, on these Friday nights when we're working sparring, during class, whenever I'm giving you sparring concepts, try to take those sparring concepts that I'm talking about in class and apply them to your sparring. Apply them on Friday night.
Yeah, Romby, one little thing I see as well is you're mentioned it before, your blocking hand that's always behind you. Use that to your advantage too. Block and counter. Use your block, keep it in front so you're able to block more and maybe get better strikes.
I'll even say this for the sake of this match, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. There's a lot of people who don't use their blocking arms who still do really good in sparring. You don't necessarily have to. It's a good thing to give, But like just for like this match, 2 matches that we watched specifically, none of that would have mattered just because the way both y'all approach the matches. Let's just walk at each other and swing.
Right.
Just walk at each other and swing. We can't just walk at each other and swing.
But as you get farther up in rank, you gotta start,
playing the
scheming and playing the game.
Strategy.
Yep. So
for sure.
So we got
and
Evan.
Older members of the team. That's be something you should be noticing. This y'all are doing the same thing over and over again. Do this instead. Go for the leg instead. Right? When don't walk at him. When he walks at you, hit his leg. You know what I mean? And like that's something you could be telling them. All right, we've got Logan versus Evan. And before we get even into the first match, I can't remember how the first match specifically went, but I do remember I'm super proud of Evan. This was I told him this is his best 2 matches by far that he's done.
He wasn't winded. He'd used more strikes, kept his blocking arm up.
And so like
footwork.
In some of the past matches, he has definitely been, the 2 members of the Black Bears have gotten a point lead. He has been sort of the weak link of his team.
Right.
He was not the weak link of his team today.
Absolutely.
Not even by half. So I was really proud of Evan
really
in these matches. All right, so coming in. And look, like even Evan's like bouncing right now. He kind of walked into a hit, but he's not just walking in. He's scooting in, bouncing in, kind of getting ready. He's got that blocking hand up. Great look from Logan to go to the legs, but he didn't get it there. They didn't give him the point.
I think this is where in a few minutes here we see Logan start. There you go, jump.
I mean, so it definitely works for him. But like my biggest thing is I don't want you to get in a habit of doing it. There's a right way to do it. See, he didn't get it there.
Right.
There's a right way to do a jump and a right opportunity to do a jump. But honestly, that opportunity doesn't come very often.
Right.
And I'm telling you, like, I don't teach jumps. Like these students, I don't know where they get jumping from because I don't teach it.
It's because they think
they hear it.
It's two points normal. 1 point adds it with the jump, and they're trying to get those 3 points.
I know they are.
And
but
I think if it was you that said that when you focus on those 3 points, you're missing opportunity to get the 2 points or 1 point. So,
you watch. Do you keep up with Alabama basketball all that much?
A little bit.
So, like, I just read about it afterwards. I don't actually watch it, but that's what I've found that I think I've read about Alabama's strategy is. Just do a bunch of 3-point shots.
They led the nation in 3 points.
If they're hot, they destroy their competition. And when they're not, they lose. And that's kind of what jump strikes are. If you can just absolutely blow up and be faster than your partner with the jump strikes, then you can absolutely destroy.
They set a new NCAA record for the 316 and 3-pointers.
So however, when it doesn't work with the jump strikes, you just start losing.
And then you get more frustrated.
Look, they both jumped there. No points. And look at that. No points were awarded when they both jump. Like it's not a thing. So just boys, stop jumping. Like that's all I can focus on in this first match is just stop jumping, please.
If you chase that 3 points,
there's
a good chance you're gonna lose.
It's like, I finally got it. It cost me 5 points to get there, but I got it now.
Right.
All right. Here's the last match of the night. This is where we've got. Let's see it. All right, so it's definitely 30-something. 37-48, I think, is what it's. 11-point difference, which we've seen Evan drop before.
Oh yeah,
right. And we've seen Logan make up before. 11-point difference here. Comes in, boom, jump, and but didn't get it. Just still got the 2, but. Hit to the head.
Again, Logan jumped and thought he got the 3. He actually struck while he was on the ground. So
now, this is a good example. This is a great. So Logan watched this strike. Whoa! Like that was just a big sweeping strike. There's no follow-up on that. There's no speed to that. You're just kind of swinging the weapon around, and Evan just goes in and plants a strike on you. And gets the point. We're gonna watch it one more time. Watch what Evan does. He keeps his arms in, and he just does a straight strike, gets points. He still jumps, but yeah. I think Logan was trying to catch the jump with how high he was swinging. Jump up, will you?
So they both just jump again?
Yeah, both just jump again. No point. Evan jumped that time, got the point. Now this is, gets the point. This is what you need to be doing, Logan. I think you're definitely taller than Evan. I think you're taller than Anakin too. You're the tallest one. Oh no, but big swing, like a big tennis swing, causes you to lose your weapon.
Yeah.
No points. Oh no!
Again.
That was beautiful. Evan smacks it out of his hand. Watch this. Watch Evan. Swing. Which is 100% legal.
Yes.
You can absolutely just smack somebody's stick and knock it out of their hand. Awesome. I love that that's in there. Honestly, it's almost like Logan's the tired one now.
Yeah.
The script is flipped. He's tired. He's not,
And look at Evan. He's still bouncing, getting his footwork.
I love it because now it's such a it's just like a slow progressive in. It's not walking in, it's not running in. It's inching in. When you're in range, you go for your strike. It's working sometimes, not working other times, but very minimal amount of energy being used. And look, whenever you can kind of play your defense and length, is like you see him coming in, reach out for his legs.
Back that up about 10 or 15 seconds. I just want to make a note here of the higher or the older group, older kids. Watch Kenzie over there telling Evan to keep his hand up. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Keep that blocking hand up. I like the competitive spirit and the coaching not coaching on the sideline, but the advice.
Advice, yeah. By the way, look how close Kenzie is to the ring.
Yeah.
Like, you can be that close. You can even come over here where you see my mouse at.
Yep.
You can be around as long as you're not getting in the way of the judges. I'm not saying go start running circles around the ring, but you can get here and start talking. Right. And Liam, you're way back here. Man, get up there and get into it. Get up there and pump your boy up. That's what I was saying about the Black Bears last week is that when you're down, that's not a time to sit back. That's a time to encourage, right? If you're down points, you got to build up the person who's got to bring the points back, right? And you could do as much as you can to help them. So sit over there, tell them more leg strikes, or you got this, keep it up. Don't look at the score. You got this, keep it up. Just get more points, and just keep building them up and hyping them up. Boom, leg shot again. Boom, more points. This is where I want you guys to start trying to notice what's working, what's not working. No point there. The jump to the head, Logan, aren't working for you. Leg strikes are working for you. Go for more leg strikes. I mean, that one worked. But again, boom, leg strike.
And
Evan got that point. And that was match. So very, very beautiful match between the both of them. It was 41-55. So actually, Evan came out with more points in that match. So I'm telling you, that was the best match I've seen Evan do yet.
Most definitely.
I love just the slow and controlled, keeping your feet moving, right? Not moving in too fast. Your hands are up, your weapon's ready, and then you swing, and then and that's that. It's almost like, all right, Logan, you're the one that has to outplay me. You're the one that has to be faster than me right here because I've got my game plan. I'm executing it. And where Logan, like I said, it looked like you're getting a little bit tired because jumping also takes energy.
Most definitely. It definitely wears you out when you're jumping 5 or 6 times.
Right.
It takes effort to jump in the air. So that's effort that can be saved to strategically move around the ring and strike.
Yeah. And honestly, like I said, just kind of like we're talking about, apparently, except outside of Liam, which I'm pretty sure he has a little bit of a height advantage on Spencer. The Snow Leopards is the tall team right
Yeah.
now. Rami's
Yeah.
got a height advantage on both their opponents. Logan's got the height advantage on both their opponents. I would love to see y'all using that height advantage, right? Kind of doing these more like lunging strikes as opposed to these jumping strikes.
Would you say Kinsey is? I thought
I think
Kinsey
Kinsey
was
might-
a little bit taller than both of them.
I think
thought.
so. I know.
Just a
I
little
know
bit.
Spencer is the short one of the group. Sorry, Spence.
Yeah, but
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
hey, short people pack a punch too now.
I'm telling you. And I think Kinsey's the tallest. They're all pretty close.
Yeah, very close.
But Rami's got a pretty sizable advantage.
Yes,
And
definitely.
Logan, especially against Evan, has a very sizable advantage in height. I'd like to see y'all use that more lunging strikes, like step out and lunge. And then that way, even if you miss and they evade it, they have too much ground to cover that you step back that they can't really follow up on. That's the other kind of like really annoying thing about sparring against taller people is they can strike from a lot bigger distance and then retreat a lot further back, just because they have long legs and you take a big step and take a big step back that it's harder for me to take advantage of against a taller opponent. So
to Logan and Logan and Evan, it's the same thing I was telling on the homeschool class the other day. Your striking is just like a punch in the bag, except you're just hitting with the weapon. It's a lot quicker to go from point A to point B in a straight line than come back from behind you or swing like a tennis racket. Keep those strikes in front of you. Keep those strikes as a punch.
So my favorite thing about you saying that right now is we said that thing to Liam and Kinsey. We told them that exact same thing. I said that to Kinsey exactly. And so this kind of shows the importance that like even whenever you get to a higher level of sparring, things get more complicated. Strategy gets deeper. But the basics are still the basics.
Yeah, fundamentals
you
are
still have to have those fundamentals. Doesn't matter what level you're at, you still have to think about those exact same fundamentals before you can do any higher strategy.
It's like high school football, college football, NFL. They all have the same fundamentals they have to do in order to stay successable.
Right.
It's the same thing here.
Yeah.
Fundamentals are fundamentals.
Fundamentals are fundamentals. You got to have them. So good matches. Like I said, if you look, there's still 10 more minutes of the episode because this is where we got into talking with Mr. Ordaz. And like I said, he had some absolutely fantastic ways of viewing stick sparring and some great advice for the students as far as and some different terminology that might click with you better. That's where it's like, it's really funny as an instructor because I'll go and I'll tell a student something and they won't get it. And then Mr. Hyatt will tell them like literally the exact same thing, but like change 2 words and then it snaps in their head. Right. And it's vice versa. And it's frustrating, but it's funny. And that's why, you have, different coaches and different instructors. And that's why we bring in the special guests like Mr. Ordaz. So you have any final thoughts on these matches?
I will say the progression on these teams, all 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
It's night and day from episode 1. Keep up the good hard work. Keep working on your fundamentals, your stances, your footwork, your striking. But I'm seeing a lot of improvement. I am very proud of all the teams.
Oh yeah,
the Black Bears, Red Pandas, and the Snow Leopards. So they've come a long way. Yeah,
they've come a super long way, and this is why we do it. Because I love seeing them getting better. Last season it was Zombie having to step up as a camel belt and spar some black belts.
Yep.
And you saw at the beginning and then toward the end, completely different spar.
It was she came a long way just in sparring Jonah and who was the other one? Lexi. Those
are too hard.
That's a challenge.
Too tough matchup. So
she grew so much in the TSSL.
Yeah. So watch the matches again, watch commentary again, go and listen to Mr. Ordaz's comments, and then get ready because we've got the Red Pandas versus the Snow Leopards coming up on Wednesday of this upcoming week. And then the Monday after that, we'll have the finale where all 3 teams will spar all 3 teams all in one big episode. So we are going to be wrapping up Team Stick Sparring League very soon. You don't have too much time to adapt and get better. So make sure you're practicing at home, practicing up at the school, come to Friday nights, and we will catch you all at the next one.
See y'all later.